Hello, and welcome to Try It Once, or possibly twice. This time around, I'm going to be trying out some watercolors. So, as I said in my previous podcast, I borrowed this set from one of my friends, and it is a decent quality one, so I'm really excited to use it. These brushes that I'm waving about, however, are not that good. They're from a discount store back in the UK. They only cost me a couple of pounds, but again, I don't know if this is something I want to take up for full-time use, not even full-time, but as like my main regular hobby. So for now, cheap one will do. I've decided to make cards for some of my friends who are unfortunately going through some tough times. So as you can see, I've already started writing them. But the cards I'm using, well, the paper is from Michaels, and it's just their own brand, Artist Loft. So it's not particularly expensive, which again is really good for what I'm trying to do, where I'm just seeing if this is worth investing in. As you can see, the water that I'm using, they're just yogurt pots. I'm a grad student. I'm not buying extra stuff. And I think that's what Try It Once is all about, really. It's about trying something in a very low budget way. Um, so these watercolors are decent, I'm going to be honest. They are nothing compared to the little hard cake pans that we used to have as children. Like, look how bright this red is. That's stunning. So I decided I was going to make a little bit of a rainbow with a brighter days ahead, which was actually a slogan from COVID times back in the supermarket that I used to work at. They were selling t-shirts and giving t-shirts to staff that said brighter days ahead. And I thought it was a really cool little sentiment to give to someone who's going through something that's really rough. It's a very easy design too, so feel free to paint along if you have anything that you can use as paint. You can even use color pencils, markers, crayons, highlighters, just kind of go wild, get creative, have a bit of fun. Relaxing while doing something like this is kind of what I'm a huge proponent for. I think it's very, very good for your mental health to try something new and to try something creative and to just go out and do stuff. While it wasn't my intent to fit the design that I'm doing into this podcast in this way, I think the rainbow kind of really works with what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm having a really good time. This is really soothing. And to be honest, I'm recording this voiceover after I finish recording the podcast just because I'm recording this in the living room of my suite, so there's constantly suite mates and roommates going in and out, getting some food, grabbing their stuff, and the audio was frankly unusable. So that is a challenge. I think that, this kind of helps deal with because when I was painting, I didn't even recognize the noises. I was just in my own little world, and doing hobbies like this, I think, helps to kind of maintain that sort of mental clarity. And there goes a fire alarm or something in the background, so I'm gonna go back to painting after this just so I can have that relaxing time again because it was so soothing and it was so nice. Definitely trying it more than once or twice or even three times. Like, I'm coming back to this. It's so nice. These watercolors as well, like I said before, are gorgeous. This blue that I'm going to put down is, I think, one of my favorite shades of all time. Look at my little rainbow. Isn't it cute? If you want these particular watercolors, they are Winsor & Newton. I'm not sure if they're a student set or not because, like I said, I borrowed it from a friend. These pens that I'm going to use, these little fine liners, they were super cheap. I think they were only like a couple of dollars, again, from Michaels, which is very affordable. I went there for the first time last week and I had a really good day. I think I spent like a solid couple of hours in that shop. So, if you ever want inspiration for what you should try next, I think a shop like that is a good place to go. It can be a bit expensive, but you'll come across hobbies that you didn't even know existed. For instance, I really want to get into jewelry making because I saw some stunning supplies there. From basic stuff like beads to lots of charms and lots of chains. And I know from Instagram, you see all those travel bloggers in New York and they're like, here's some bucket list items for you to try. And they show like the shop where you can go to and make very similar stuff for like $75. And once again, I'm a grad student. I can't afford $75. However, I can afford to spend like, I don't know, $30 possibly in Michael's to get the same supplies. So art shops are good. I think another way that you could do stuff like that is if you go to thrift stores or vintage stores and see what you can repurpose. Anyways, I'm nearly done with my card. As you can see, I'm trying to do the lettering for the Better Days Ahead, but the watercolors did not work. The brush was way too thick for what I wanted. So I've gone back to my fine liners, which I think is a nice little metaphor. You know, if things don't work out the way you want, just reboot, try with something else. And because it didn't cost that much money, you don't feel any guilt. You can just have fun. But yeah, I'm having a good time with this. I do really recommend painting if that's, watercolor is really nice. They're really forgiving. I think if color's not going quite right, you can always either add more water or just grab some more pigment. And it's very self-explanatory to do. There's nothing that you really need to learn and understand because it's one of those art supplies that, again, we used to have as kids. So I'm just chilling. I'm just having a great time. And I think it's a very fun hobby. If you obviously want to up the ante a bit more, you could get some proper paints. I think gouache and stuff like that is a very similar setup, but they're a bit harder to work with. I don't know. For now, I thought this was good enough. I'm now adding the final touches, like this little sunshine, to symbolize the better days ahead. The design inspo for this was just a t-shirt with like colored stripes, but I just thought this was really cute, and here's me putting the finishing touches on my masterpiece because I think it is stunning. And this is the kind of ego boost hobbies need to give you. Anyway, look at my card. Look how cute it is. And I hope Chelsea will be really happy to receive it, despite the fact that, she's losing a job and that's not that great. But thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you have fun doing art stuff. And good luck with your painting endeavors. Have a good day. And remember to try it once, and maybe twice if you love it.